What's going on YouTube? This is AJ with the Aficionados, and I am exhausted. I have just got done I just came from the theater I just got done watching Star Wars The Force Awakens, Horizon. It's just kind of been one of those nights. Hopefully you guys tuned in and saw our live stream where we teamed up with Markster Khan and Momo Khan, and we were talking to people who were going into the theater, talking to people who were coming out the theater, and pretty much had a good old time. That was once again thanks to Regal Cinemas for having us. Hopefully we can do another one for Batman Superman. Right now I'm going to give you guys our spoiler-free review of the movie. I'm really just going to be talking more about the tone, the theme, the cinematography, how I felt, leaving the theater. And I'm going to wait a couple of days, wait till the week is over with, let people go and see the movie, and then I'm going to get down into the spoiler review where we talk about the plot and talk about character development and everything else. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now because I know people look at me like I'm crazy. I like the movie. I really do. Come on, I feel the movie was totally worth my money, and also that if I could, I would go see it again with a whole different group of friends. It's not a failure in the regards if it's not a waste of your time. But that doesn't mean it's perfect though. Hold up. I felt like the movie itself, once again being spoiler free, had a lot of plot convenience and how certain characters, knew things that they really couldn't possibly know, and certain characters were built up more than they were, more than they actually had played one movie. Now, this is going to be a series. They are going to have one and actually two more movies. I'm even hearing talk of Boba Fett getting his own movie and a whole bunch of everything else. So it's really going to be coming down to, things are going to develop from here. But just off the bait. Now, I also feel that J.J. Abrams did a good job. Initially, a lot of people were very skeptical about his directing style and how he was really going to bring take the series. I will say, when it comes to setting the tone of the series, he had very, very beautiful shots, and sometimes I actually just wanted to pause the screen, just look at a shot, this looks so pretty. I love seeing the main plot planets that they're on is called Jakka, which honestly, I feel like it's baby Tatooine a little bit, realistically speaking. I feel like it's Tatooine without the sand people and crate dragons. That's really all Jakka really is. The humor in the movie was very spot on point. Watching Han with his old man dialogue play off Finn a little bit and play off some of the new characters, I really did get a sense everyone had their set place, but they were always comfortable with one another. And like I said, the real strength of the movie, more so than anything else, because it wasn't the action or really the cinematography, it was really the actors themselves. The actors really, hands down, sold the movie, and without the star power, without the star performances of Carrie Fisher, Han Solo, and pretty much the rest of the cast, this movie could have easily just been meh. I mean, as far as plot and everything goes, it really wasn't pushing the envelopes too far. I'm not saying the movie is just a generic ass plot, but it really does feel like accumulation of what was great about the first three movies, being episodes 4 through 6, right, and mixed into it with just a little touch of freshness. And if you were not a fan, or you did not see all the other previous Star Wars, you kind of didn't need to. They gave you enough of a leeway. But as someone who is a fan of the movies, I felt almost for all intents and purposes that I was almost kind of watching A New Hope. At some point in time, someone had told me, had leaned over hey, this is the digitally remastered version of A New Hope, but with a new lead character, new lead star. I would totally believe that. Now, the character of Finn sold the movie, and he really did feel like the modern day voice of injected into the nostalgia of the Star Wars world. His reactions when he was looking whoa, yeah, get some, and sometimes when he even gets scared and everything else, I really did feel like Finn was me. Not necessarily me and Mason AJ, but with the way how someone who is thrust into the spotlight, how they will react, like I said, but I felt like some of the plot points were very undersold. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: the main draw of this whole movie is literally built on the strength of the actors. The guy who played Finn, I'm so sorry for not knowing the name. fresh off the theater. The guy who played Finn played his role to perfection. You know, Han Solo, you know, Harrison Ford being Han Solo, and Carrie Fisher were repressing their roles as, you know, Han and Leia. Totally felt like an old couple who had been through some bumps and hurdles, that split up, got back together, split up and got back together, and the chemistry between the two, even after all these years, is still there. It's still there. I really did feel like Han and Leia were like almost destined to be together. Kylo Ren, the guy with the triple, like, you know, I'll say triple lightsaber, but the guy with the unique lightsaber, he came and went, and I felt him, but I felt like for the first half of the movie, I felt like, oh my god, Kylo Ren is a serious threat. How are we gonna take care of this dude? We need to gun that dude down. Like, for real, at this point, like, I don't understand how you guys are gonna beat Kylo Ren from the first half of the movie. Then it felt like Kylo Ren, you know, felt like maybe he was too much of a badass, so he had to like dial it down a notch and get all whimsical and emotional and try to explain his feelings and how he became who he was and how he was overcome with his past self. And they kept dropping all these hints of like, who is it? Who's Kylo Ren's true identity? Which I'm not going to tell right now because this review is spoiler free. I really did feel like certain elements of the Star Wars films were just rehashed as opposed to full-on evolutions, you know, and certain tropes really work. The seeing them in modern day times or seeing homages back to them really worked. But sometimes I just felt like this was too much of things that I already knew. But I gotta say, the true star of the movie is actually the B unit, the rolling robot. He actually totally saw them in his mannerisms. I really do feel like he's so adorable. I know I didn't always saw him in the trailers like, oh yeah, it's a cute little robot, but now see him, like, I want one of those robots. I really do. You know, who do I gotta kill to get me one of those robots? And him and Finn really kind of play off really well off one another. Like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. If it comes down to the Star Wars movies, I give this movie thumbs up. Is it the best movie out of the series? No. In my personal opinion, I would say no. I would probably give that more to The Empire Strikes Back. Is it a fully realized film? Did J.J. Abrams do a good job? Yes. Am I looking forward to the sequels? Hell yes. Out of all the series so far, Star Wars, which is the best movie in all, I would still probably say Return of the Jedi is still the best movie, but this is definitely a close second. But that's all my personal opinion. Comment down below, let me know what you think, spoiler free of the movie. Just, you can either say, hey, liked it, hated it, man, you know, because I already seen how some people out there are looking like and I totally understand you guys. Once again, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. Also, it is like it is literally almost 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm just not getting home from the theater. So I'm sorry if it seems like I didn't give you enough information. If you guys want to ask me questions or ask Little Ring questions, because she definitely was there. Right now she's knocked out sleep. You know, sweet dreams, sweet Star Wars dreams to her. You know, once again, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on Twitter. Ask us questions. We would definitely love to conversate with you guys. For those who have seen the movie already, I would, you know, once again, hit us up on a private message or, you know, or direct message on Twitter or on Facebook. I'd love to talk to you guys. Let's, you know, hash back and forth as far as like fan theories, where they're gonna go from here, what you liked and didn't like. Like I said, probably on Monday or so, I will be releasing our spoiler review, and that's why I'm really gonna dive into it. But other than that, this is Mason AJ with the Aficionados. I just got done watching Star Wars.
It is useless to resist.